Welcome to Cornell Field at Sparrow Stadium on the campus of Francis Marion University for Peach Belt Conference baseball action. This afternoon, your Patriots are hosting Georgia Southwestern State University. The final home series for the Patriots this year. If I'm a little out of breath, we had a ceremonial first pitch a few minutes ago with 9 Wounded Warrior veterans, Wounded Warrior Project participant. And I was down on the field. Now I'm up in the press box. We're ready for baseball action. On the mound today for the Patriots, sophomore right-hander Sam High. Sam comes into today's contest with a 1-2 record, an ERA of 7.10. This will be his 13th start of the season. He's made 15 appearances, thrown 52 innings, allowed 58 hits, struck out 53, and walked 23. Opponents are batting .279 against him. Running down the Georgia Southwestern starting lineup, batting leadoff the second baseman, Jason Beta. Center fielder, Josh Logan. Batting third at first base, Jared Jones. The cleanup spot, the DH, Andy Moore. Batting fifth in right field, Jonathan Martin. Batting sixth in left field, Cole Clark. The catcher, number 6, Dakota Long. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Tyler Skelton. And batting 10th, the third baseman, Bradley Huff. First pitch from High, in there for a called strike. First pitch comes at 1:12 p.m. .67 degrees here at Cornell Field. Wind out of the east, 13 miles an hour. And after the getting ahead 1-2, the count now evens at 2-2. Lifted in the air on the left side. It's going to get out of play. Count remains 2-2. Francis Marion leads the all-time series with the Hurricanes, 23-8. Georgia Southwestern is located in Americus, Georgia. Grounded on the right side. Jackson with the sliding stop and the throw to Chapman at first. And there's one down here in the top of the first. Looking at the Patriot defense. Behind the plate today, senior William Robbins. Around the infield at third base, Alex Griffith. Shortstop, C.J. Mackinson. Second base, Patrick Jackson. At first base, Trey Chapman. In the outfield from left to right, it's Stephen Cox, Gage Taylor, and Cole Hinnett. Stepping in now for the Hurricanes, the center fielder, Josh Logan, a senior. He's batting .283, 1 home run, 20 RBIs. He has a .351 on-base percentage. Big day at the ballpark today, as Francis Marion is going to be entertaining youngsters from the area Boys and Girls Club, as well as employees of McLeod Sports Medicine and the families and friends of the Wounded Warrior Project participants in our ceremonial first pitch. And you couldn't have a nicer day than to be at the ballpark than today, April 21st. High misses outside and the count goes full. 3-2 delivery misses down low. And the Hurricanes have their first base runner. High is a 6'3", 200-pound sophomore, a right-hander out of Lincolnton, North Carolina, a graduate of West Lincoln High School. It'll bring up the three-hole hitter for Georgia Southwestern, the first baseman, Jared Jones. Jones is senior, batting .293, 4 home runs, 32 RBIs, an on-base percentage of .375. He leads the Hurricanes in most offensive categories. Logan, the runner at first, does have 5 steals and 8 attempts this season. He's running. Throw from Robbins. Not in time. And Georgia Southwestern has a runner now in scoring position. Francis Marion enters today's action with a 16-27 overall record. The Patriots are 7-20 in the Peach Belt. Georgia Southwestern 8-30 and 4-20 in conference play. The Patriots currently even with both Augusta and Lander University with 7 conference wins as those teams battle for the final berth in the Peach Belt Conference baseball tournament that will be held May 11th through the 13th down in Florida. And Jones is a strikeout victim for the second out here in the top of the first. That'll bring up the DH, Andy Moore. Moore is a sophomore batting .287, no home runs, 16 RBIs, a .345 on base percentage. High got 2/3 of an inning of work during the Patriots' most recent midweek game when Francis Marion traveled down to Orangeburg and defeated Claflin on Wednesday by a score of 18-6. "18 runs was a season high for Francis Marion, and the team's 17 base hits equaled their season high. Pitch from high, misses outside. Again, if you've cracked open your computer and you're watching or listening, or you're home watching on Channel 11 of Spectrum Cable, we're playing 2 today. It's a doubleheader, 2 9-inning contests. It's a beautiful day. You've got time to jump in the car and drive out here to Francis Marion. Patriots and Hurricanes will play a single game tomorrow to wrap up the series. That will be the Patriots' final home game of the year, and FMU will honor its 7 seniors prior to first pitch. The 3-0 from high to Moore. Called strike 1. Moore, one of 4 left-handed batters that's in the Hurricanes lineup this afternoon. That pitch is outside, and Georgia Southwestern now has 2 on with 2 out. That'll bring up the right fielder, Jonathan Martin. He's a sophomore, batting .245, no home runs, 15 RBIs, and a .349 on base percentage. He also stands in from the left side. Trey Chapman, the Patriots' first baseman, playing behind the bag as they're not holding Moore on at first. Mackinson is jockeying back and forth, trying to keep Logan as close as he can to second. We've just started here at Cornell Field. Top of the first inning, no score between the Hurricanes and your Patriots. William Robbins goes out to talk to his young pitcher. Robbins has already earned his undergraduate degree here at Francis Marion. Now he's working on his Master's of Business Administration. Well, with this being his fourth year of intercollegiate action, he will be honored with the seniors tomorrow. The 2-0 from high. Jonathan Martin, as we said, a sophomore, 6'1", from Irvinville, Georgia, and a graduate of Irwin County High School. And High has battled back to even the count now at 2-2. Patriots wearing their home whites, the red numerals, red piping on the pants, and the FM on the left breast. Georgia Southwestern wearing their road grays, navy blue lettering and numerals. Lifted on the left side. Griffith giving chase over near the fence. It's going to be out of play, and so will Griffith. So he hit the fence very hard and flipped over. Seems to be okay. High will give his defense a chance to reset behind him. 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Just misses the outside corner, count now full. So both the Hurricane base runners will get a head start here with 2 outs and a full count, meaning that on some type of base hit, Moore could possibly score all the way from first base. The 3-2 from High to Martin. Lifted in the air to left center field. Cox over, is under it, makes the catch, and the Hurricanes are retired. They do strand a pair of base runners. We head to the bottom of the first. No score between Francis Marion and Georgia Southwestern. You're listening to the Patriots Sports Network. Back to Francis Marion University. We'll run through the Francis Marion starting lineup. Batting leadoff, the second baseman, Patrick Jackson. He'll be followed by the right fielder, Cole Hennett. Center fielder, Gage Taylor. Shortstop, C.J. Mackinson is in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth, the catcher, William Robbins. Batting sixth at first base, Trey Chapman. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Alex Griffith. Batting eighth, the DH, T. Dubose. And batting ninth in left field, Stephen Cox. On the mound for the Hurricanes today, Kyle Britt, senior right-hander, a 3-3 record, 4.28 ERA. He'll be making his 9th start of the season, his 13th appearance. He has thrown 3 complete games. He's pitched 61 innings, allowed 70 hits, struck out 42, walked 16, and opponents are batting .292 against him. And leading off for the Patriots today, sophomore second baseman Patrick Jackson. Jackson has his average up near the 300 mark. He's batting .298, 1 home run, 6 RBIs. More importantly, an on-base percentage of .398. And he has kind of solidified himself in that leadoff position after batting down at the bottom of the order earlier this season. Hurricane defense from third around to first. Huff, Skelton, Beta, and Jones. In the outfield, Clark in left, Logan in center, and Martin in right. Behind the plate, Dakota Long, and on the mound, Kyle Britt. Again, the Patriot Baseball Program and Francis Marion Athletic Department would like to welcome members of the local Boys and Girls Club to the ballpark today. Jackson works the count full now against Britt. That one's down low, and good start for the Patriots as Jackson draws a walk and Francis Marion has his leadoff man on. We'll bring up the right fielder, Cole Hinnett. Hinnett batting .295, no home runs, 14 RBIs. On base percentage of .400. Jackson, the base runner, has been successful 4 of 5 times, stealing bases this season. He's running. The throw down not in time, and the Patriots have a runner in scoring position. So Jackson swipes his 5th bag of the season. For Hurricanes catcher Dakota Long, that's the 31st successful steal against him in 40 attempts in 2018. Grounded to short. Skelton goes to third and is not able to catch the base runner. And so the Patriots have runners now at first and third as Hinnett reaches on the fielder's choice. No air credited on that play as Hinnett just reaches on the fielder's choice as the Hurricanes were unsuccessful at getting the runner at third. So Gage Taylor, junior center fielder, bats now with runners on the corners and nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Taylor batting .328, 1 home run, a team leading 34 RBIs, .376 on base percentage. Earlier this year, Taylor put together a 20-game hitting streak. The 1-1 from Britt to Taylor. Fouled off down toward the Hurricanes bullpen. That'll get out of play. Cole Hinnett, the runner at first, has now extended his streak of safely reaching base to the past 19 consecutive games. That's second longest on the Patriots this season. Taylor had a streak of 21 games earlier. That one's kind of squibbed to third base. Third baseman bobbles it. And everybody's safe, loading the bases now with nobody out. So an air charge to Huff at third base. So the shortstop, C.J. Mackinson, will step in. Mackinson batting .302, 6 home runs, which leads the team, 29 RBIs, .376 on-base percentage. He's batting with the Patriots having a chance to break things open here in just the bottom of the first inning. Pops that one up and back out of play over the press box. Mackinson 4 for 8 this year when batting and having 3 runners on. That one's lined in the air to left field. That'll get down for a base hit. 1 run will score. Hinnett held at the last minute, dives, gets back safely. So an RBI single to C.J. Mackinson, and the Patriots are on top 1-0. William Robbins, the catcher, now steps in. Base is still loaded and nobody out. But now the Patriots holding a 1-0 lead. Robbins batting .303, 5 home runs, 28 RBIs, a .393 on-base percentage. Fouls that one off at the plate. Robbins batting 3 for 4 with the bases loaded. Maxson, of course, has upped his average now to 5 for 9 when batting with the bases full. Quickly, Britt ahead in the count now, 0-2. Bottom of the first inning, Patriots already on top 1-0. Nobody out, bases loaded. Pitch to Robbins, outside, ball 1. You could not ask for a better day at the ballpark. I do not see a cloud in the sky. 67 degrees, a little bit of a breeze going. Bring your sunscreen. Count now even to Robbins, 2-2. I'd like to give a shout out to all the Francis Marion workers over helping host the Peach Belt Conference Tennis Tournament at the Dr. Eddie Floyd Florence Tennis Center. Women's semifinals were this morning. Men's semifinals going on as we speak. Robinson lines that one into left field. That's a base hit. Hinnett scores. Taylor's being held at third. So the merry-go-round continues. Patriots now up 2-0 on the RBI single by William Robbins. That will get a visit to the mound from the Hurricanes pitching staff. As Kyle Britt has not had a successful start. Leadoff walk, fielder's choice, an E5, and back-to-back base hits have given Francis Marion a 2-0 lead. Trey Chapman, the first baseman, steps in. Chapman, a senior, batting .275, 3 home runs, 29 RBIs, .362 on-base percentage. Both he and Mackinson went deep Wednesday in the midweek contest at Claflin. Chapman grounds this to second base. Beta has just one play to first. It's a collision there at the bag, but Chapman is retired, but he does pick up an RBI on the ground out. So now one out with runners on second and third. Patriots now up 3-0. Alex Griffith, the third baseman, stands in. Griffith batting .274, 5 home runs, 28 RBIs, .356 on base percentage. Mentioning the Peach Belt Tennis Tournament, the women's championship match is scheduled for tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with the men's championship match at 1 o'clock. And that's at the Dr. Eddie Floyd Florence Tennis Center off Cashwood Drive in Florence. No admission. So if you want to go out and catch some fine collegiate tennis, that's the place to go. Griffith fouls it past Francis Marion head coach Art Navin in the third base coaching box. Bottom of the first inning, your Patriots up 3-0 over Georgia Southwestern, looking to add on to that total. Chi Dubose, senior DH in the on-deck circle, would be next. One-two misses. The count now even to Griffith, 2-2. Griffith lines that into center field. That's a base hit. Mackinson scores. Robbins being waved around. Throw will be cut off. And now they've got Griffith hung up between first and second. He'll be tagged out, but the 2-run single gives the Patriots a 5-0 lead with 2 outs now in the bottom of the first inning. Dubose grounds to shortstop on the first pitch. Throw across the diamond, and he's retired. But the Patriots have a successful first inning. Francis Marion plates 5. The Patriots lead 5-0 over Georgia Southwestern. We've played 1. They're watching the Patriots Sports Network. Back to Cornell Field at Sparrow Stadium on the Francis Marion University campus here in Florence, South Carolina. Patriots lead the Hurricanes 5-0. Sam High, who did issue a pair of walks in the first inning, has got to feel good about going back to the mound now with a 5-run cushion. Leading off for the Hurricanes, left fielder Cole Clark, sophomore, batting .232, no home runs, 7 RBIs, .336 on base percentage. Check swing foul back into the screen. The game meaning the most of the Patriots and other Peach Belt action today is the Bearcats of Lander playing at USC Aiken. That's the first pitch of 4 o'clock this afternoon. So we'll try to keep you up to date on how that game progresses as we go along with our doubleheader. Both games in today's doubleheader here on Patriot Sports Network. Two from High to Clark. Misses down low. So Sam High has now thrown 34 pitches already here in the top of the second inning. The 3-2 pitch from High. That's going to hurt a little bit as the pitch hits Clark, and Georgia Southwestern has another base runner. And that's going to precipitate a visit from Art Abbott to the mound. The Francis Marion University Athletic Department would like to say thanks and show our appreciation to the McLeod Sports Medicine Department and staff. They have provided exceptional medical services to our department, staff, and student athletes for 15 years. McLeod Sports Medicine puts great emphasis on educating and implementing guidelines to make sports safer, help prevent and access injuries, and assist with rehabilitation. Through their continuous care, Francis Marion University has been able to return our college student athletes to participation safely and quickly. McLeod Sports Medicine employs a specialized training team of 6 physical therapists, 3 physical therapy assistants, and 28 certified athletic trainers that provide quality care to the athletes in the PD region of South Carolina. Hurricanes catcher Dakota Long steps in. The senior is batting .221, no home runs and 6 RBIs, .291 on base percentage. Clark, the runner at first, does lead the Hurricanes in stolen bases. He's 8 of 9 this season. The 1-1, outside for ball 2. Count to Long now 3-1. Just some statistical housekeeping. They did charge an error to the Hurricanes' third baseman on the force-out attempt there in the first inning. The fielder's choice grounded to shortstop, with the throw went to third. So the Hurricanes line score no runs on no hits with 2 errors. The Patriots 5 runs on 3 hits with no miscues. Count now full to Long, the Hurricanes receiver. Runner going. That one's fouled off, and we'll do it again. The Francis Marion softball team playing its final doubleheader of the season this afternoon down in Columbus, Georgia against the Cougars of Columbus State University. That game tied up at 1-1 in the 3rd inning. Runner going again. Called strike 3, but Clark is in there safely with the stolen base. So Long is retired on the strikeout, but Clark steals second, and the Hurricanes have a runner in scoring position. That'll bring up the shortstop, Tyler Skelton. Skelton, a freshman, batting .194, no home runs, 3 RBIs, .246 on base percentage. This is his 36th start of the season. Fouls that one back into the screen. High quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. The FMU softball team in a must-win situation today. The Patriots need to sweep Columbus to keep their chances alive of making the softball Peach Belt tournament. As the spring semester comes to a close here at Francis Marion, the women's tennis team was eliminated from the Peach Belt tournament yesterday, as was the men's tennis team, so both of those squads are through for the 2018 campaign. That one's lifted down the right field line. Hinnett giving chase. It's over past the tarp and out of play. The Francis Marion men's golf program is also in action this weekend, playing in the Robert Kepler Intercollegiate Tournament hosted by Ohio State University in Columbus, Ohio. Playing 2 rounds today and the final round tomorrow. Patriot Athletics will have its annual awards banquet gala on Monday night. For the first time, that event will be held down in the Performing Arts Center in downtown Florence. Grounded on the right side to Jackson, throws to Chapman. Skelton's retired, but Clark does move to third base. And on Thursday night of next week at 6:30 in the Performing Arts Center, Francis Marion will host the annual Swamp Fox Benefit Live Auction. Tickets are still available. Call the FMU Athletic Office at 661-1240. That's 843-661-1240 for ticket information. That's next Thursday, 6:30 at the Performing Arts Center. Third baseman Bradley Huff steps in. The junior's batting .165, 1 home run, 9 RBIs, .287 on base percentage. He bats with 2 outs now and a runner on third base. Ball inside, nearly hit Huff. Count now 2-1 as Sam High has already reached the 50 pitch mark. We're still here in the top of the 2nd inning. That one's hitting the air to left field pretty well. Cox going back, settles under it, makes the catch in left center field. And again, the Hurricanes strand a runner in scoring position. The Patriots hold their run total at 0, and so we played an inning and a half. Francis Marion leads Georgia Southwestern 5-0. You're watching the Patriot Sports Network. Stephen Cox steps in here in the bottom of the second inning. The left fielder, batting .224, 1 home run, 14 RBIs, .312 on base percentage. He squares but draws the bat back and takes ball 1. That one is lined down the left field line. Cox going for 2, slips and falls, and will have to retreat back to first base. So the Patriot left fielder turns a double into a single, but nevertheless the Patriots have their leadoff man on base here in the bottom of the second. Patrick Jackson steps in. He walked to lead off. The Patriot first came around to score a run. Bunts, ball rolls foul. So Cox was hustling around to pick up his 6th double of the year, and the infield dirt gave way as he rounded first base. Playing it safe, he returned to first. The 0-1 to Jackson. Grounded inside the bag, base hit down the left field line. Cox again goes down, this time rounding second, and he'll retreat back. And so the Patriots have their first 2 batters on here in the top of the second. We may need to drag the infield dirt after this half inning. So 2 on, no outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Cole Hinnett steps in. Hinnett reached on a fielder's choice grounder in the first. He also came around to score a run. He squares but pulls it back and hits the deck. So he avoids being hit by the Britt offering. Hinnett looking to extend a 7-game hitting streak. As we mentioned that he has now reached base safely in each of the past 19 contests. But his hit streak stands at 7. Again squaring around. Bunts the ball back to the pitcher. Britt goes to third and has the force out. So the sacrifice bunt unsuccessful. Now there's 1 out. Patriots still at first and second. Gage Taylor, the center fielder, stands in next. Taylor reached on an infield air his first time, came around to score a run. As we mentioned, he leads the Patriots in RBIs this season with 34. The 1-0 from Britt to Taylor. Foul back into the screen. Jackson the runner at second, Hinnett the runner at first. Gage Taylor at the plate for the Patriots. 5-0 Francis Marion here in the bottom of the second inning. The Hurricanes helped the Patriots last weekend with a pair of wins over Lander. Taylor takes outside. The count now even at 2-2. Taylor takes outside ball 3. So full count. Runners on first and second for the Patriots. Full count pitch from Britt. Lined over the second baseman. That'll get into right center field for a base hit. Jackson being waved around third. Throw coming home will be cut off. Patriots now lead 6-0 on the RBI single from Gage Taylor. On the play, Hennett comes all the way around to third base, so there's runners on the corners with still 1 out. Taylor adds to his team-high RBI total, now up to 35. C.J. Mackinson will bat. He had an RBI single, his first plate appearance today. And that will precipitate another visit to the mound from the Georgia Southwestern coaching staff. Let's see if Britt will remain in the game or if the Hurricanes will make a pitching change. Looks like they will. We'll take a break for 30 seconds and be back to tell you the new pitcher for Georgia Southwestern. New pitcher for Georgia Southwestern, Andrew Patrick, senior left-hander, 5'11", out of Cartersville, Georgia. He's a transfer from Limestone College. It's a 1-0 record, a .338 earned run average. This will be making his 9th appearance, all in relief. He's thrown 10 2/3 innings, allowed 12 hits, struck out 5 and walked 2. And he will come into the game with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Patriots already on top, 6-0. Runners on the corners. We'd like to recognize the Wounded Warrior Project participants who took part in our ceremonial first pitch for the game today. Ryan Cooper, Milton King, Harold Cooper, John Gubo, Cedric Robinson, Michael Horn, Carlos Salinas, Joshua Seifert, and Daniel White. We'd like to thank these American heroes for their service and are very excited to have them out at the ballpark this afternoon. So C.J. Mackinson steps in with 1 out and the runners on the corners for Francis Marion here in the second. Patriots now facing a southpaw on the mound in the form of Andrew Patrick. Taylor is being held at first. Gage 5 for 5 in the stolen base category this season. Mackinson swings and misses. Count now 0-2. Patrick trying to keep Gage Taylor close at first. A little bit tougher for Taylor to steal with a left-hander on the mound. Throw home misses. Count now 1-2 to C.J. Mackinson. Count now even 2-2. Taylor on the run. Pitch misses. Throw is not in time. So the count to Mackinson now full. And the Patriots have 2 runners in scoring position as Taylor picks up his 6th stolen base of the year. That leads the Patriots. So full count. Patriots on 2nd and 3rd. C.J. Mackinson at the plate. The offering from Patrick. Grounded through the left side into left field for a base hit. Kennett scores. Taylor will be held at 3rd. Throw comes all the way to the plate. Mackinson has his 2nd RBI single of the contest. He drove in 5 runs in the Patriots' last game that win over Claflin. So with runners on the corners, William Robbins will look to continue the merry-go-round. Robbins also had an RBI single in the 1st inning. Patriots now 7 runs on 7 hits and only 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Patriots scored 8 runs in the 8th inning of their last game, that contest at Claflin. So if you go back their last 4 ups, the Patriots have scored 15 runs. Robbins ahead in the count, 2-0. Francis Marion softball has taken a 3-1 lead in the 4th inning down at Columbus State. Count now to Robbins, 3-0. Looked like he was taking all the way. Count goes to 3-1. Runner going from first, popped up, foul territory. First baseman Jones over, makes the catch, and they're able to double off Mackinson at first base. So quickly the Patriots are gone here in the bottom of the 2nd, but they do pick up 2 runs. We've played 2 full innings, Francis Marion 7, Georgia Southwestern nothing. You're watching the Patriot Sports Network.
Patriot Baseball Program at the Francis Marion Athletic Department. I'd like to welcome members of the local Boys and Girls Club today.
In the softball contest down at Columbus State, freshman Reese Davis, a 2-run homer. Junior catcher Jamie Harney, an RBI double, has given the Patriots that 3-1 lead as Francis Marion prepares to bat in the top of the 5th inning. First game of a doubleheader. A couple of the other Peach Belt baseball games getting underway. Georgia College at Augusta, no score, first inning. Columbus State at Young Harris, no score, first inning. Later on, Flagler's playing at UNC Pembroke. North Georgia hosts Winston-Salem State University. And Lander plays at USC Aiken. Second baseman Jason Beta stands in. Quickly, he's down in the count 0-2. Beta grounded out to second to lead off the Hurricanes' first inning. His average now at .279. Beta hits that to right field. Cole Hennett's there. And there's one down here in the top of the 3rd inning. Patriot fans, get all your sports gear and wear your red, white, and blue proudly. Visit FMUPatriotsShop.com. That's FMUPatriotsShop.com for all your Francis Marion apparel needs. Josh Logan tries to lay down a bunt, but it rolls foul. Logan walked his first trip to the plate today. That one's hit on the line to center field. Taylor coming in, reaches down, and they rule it no catch. They say that he trapped it. Looked like he possibly made the catch, but the way that the umpire rotation goes, the base umpire is watching the run around the bag, and the call has to be made by the home plate umpire, and he ruled no catch, that Taylor had come in and trapped it. So credit Logan with the base hit single. And the Hurricanes have a runner on first with one out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Caleb, this is where we need slow motion instant replay, right? Jared Jones steps in. Jones, a strikeout victim back in the 1st inning. Well, if Taylor didn't make the catch, he certainly sold it anyway. Your umpires this afternoon, Brett Dickerson behind the plate, Kelly Culp on the bases. Those two will swap for game 2 of today's doubleheader. Logan, the runner at first. 6 stolen bases on the year. That one's hit down the right field line. That gets in for a base hit. Let's see if they can hold him to a single. They do as Hennett's throw comes in. But Logan scampers all the way around to 3rd, so they're Hurricanes on the corners now with one out here in the top of the 3rd. So the DH, Andy Moore, steps in. Moore walked. First time he batted this afternoon. Sam Hine now up to 60 pitches as the Hurricanes bat here with one out in the top of the third. Moore, the DH, the runner at first, or excuse me, Jones, the runner at first, just 0 for 1 in the stolen base category this season. Good block by Robbins behind the plate. Count goes 1-1. High now ahead in the count, 1-2. High, pretty much an equal opportunity pitcher this year. Righties are batting .275 against him, lefties .286. Obviously, more right-handers have batted against him. Swung on and missed, and Moore is down on strikes. So there are 2 outs here in the top of the third. Jonathan Martin steps in. Martin 0 for 1 with a fly out to left field. Georgia Southwestern, no runs on 2 hits with 2 errors. The Patriots 7 runs on 7 hits, no errors. So look down the right field line toward the picnic area. Some fans taking advantage of the food and drink tables down the right field line. And I believe for the first time today, the umbrellas are up here in the stadium. The picnic umbrellas, giving some shade to fans down there. As I mentioned, this is definitely a sunscreen day. That's 67 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. Martin swings and misses, is down on strikes, so High works out of trouble in the top of the third. And again, the Hurricanes strand a pair of runners. They've now left 5 through 3 innings. But the Francis Marion Patriots lead 7-0 over the Hurricanes. You're watching the Patriot Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning here at Cornell Field. Patriots up 7-0. Due up, Chapman, Griffith, and Dubose. Patriots 6, 7, and 8 batters. And on the mound for his second inning of work, Andrew Patrick, senior southpaw. Patriot first baseman steps in. Trey, 6'3", 225. Left-handed batter out of Hampton, Georgia, Luella High School. Came to the Patriots via Southern Union State Community College. Just misses first base coach Kyle Gallman with a worm burner. Chapman 0 for 1, but did pick up an RBI and a ground out in the first inning. Chapman, one of the 7 seniors that will be honored before tomorrow's Senior Day game. First pitch scheduled for 1 o'clock. And Chapman's down on strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. That'll bring up the third baseman, Alex Griffith. Griffith, a 2-run single in the first inning. Four different Patriots have picked up RBIs today. 2 each from Griffith and Mackinson. Griffith's averaging up to 278. The junior who transferred here to Francis Marion from the University of Pittsburgh. The softball game down in Columbus. Columbus State has rallied to not to score up at 3-3. The Cougars are still batting in the 5th inning. The 1-1 from Patrick to Griffith. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Griffith fouls it off. A couple of Patriot alumni down behind the backstop I can see today. Travis Copeland, Tim Ward. Have not seen a Gerald Griffin sighting today as Coach Griffin, the coach who started the Patriot baseball program, longtime head coach, often makes his appearances here in the complex named for him. But it's early for a doubleheader. We may see him later. 2-2 from Patrick to Griffith. Swung on a miss. They're 2 down. T. Dubose will stand in. Dubose grounded out on the first pitch he saw in the first inning. His average now .326. Another of the Patriots' 7 seniors. Again, swings at the first pitch he sees and lifts it high in the air to right field. Martin is over and makes the catch, and the Patriots go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the third inning. We played 3 full innings. Patriots lead the Hurricanes 7-0. You're watching the Patriots Sports Network.
Standing in the left fielder, number 8, Cole.
Top of the fourth inning. Due up for the Hurricanes. Batters 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Clark, the left fielder, skies the first pitch he sees in the infield. C.J. Mackinson catches the pop-up, and there's quickly one down. I'll bring up the catcher, Dakota Long. Long struck out looking. Back in the second inning. Long, if memory serves me correct, was a member of, I'm sure as many of these are, a member of last year's Hurricane squad that made a nice run in the Peach Belt Conference tournament that was held here at Cornell Field at Sparrow Stadium. Long stays alive as he fouls it off at the plate. That one's hit in the air to center field, but drops in front of Taylor for a base hit. Long has a one-out single here in the top of the fourth. Shortstop Tyler Skelton will step in, the freshman. Grounded out, back in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Lift set in the air to the right side. Hinnett coming in, Jackson going out. Hinnett calls him off, makes the catch near the line. And quickly 2 down. Nice running catch by Hinnett. Bradley Huff, the third baseman, stands in. 0 for 1 with the fly out to left field. Grounds that one to Mackinson at short. The short throw to second to Jackson for the force out. And High has probably his best inning of the afternoon, although the Hurricanes do strand another base runner. We played 4.5, Francis Marion 7, Georgia Southwestern nothing. You're watching the Patriot Sports Network. Unfortunate news for the Patriots softball team is Columbus State has put a 6th spot up on the board in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Cougars still batting in the bottom of the 5th, now leading the Patriots 7-3. So Francis Marion will have to look to rally in the 6th and 7th innings down in Columbus, Georgia. Patriot batters 9, 1, and 2 due up here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Stephen Cox, the first. Cox kinda singled in the 1st inning. Actually lined it down the third base line inside the bag, but slipped rounding the bag and was held to a single when it probably should have ended up being a double. But needless to say, 1 for 1 today. His average now to 229. Andrew Patrick, the left-hander, still on the mound for the Hurricanes. Cox just misses another shot down the left field line as it goes foul. And that one hits Cox. So he's on board for the 2nd time. And that'll flip the Patriot lineup back to the top. Patrick Jackson, 1 for 1, walk and a run scored in the 1st, single and a run scored in the 2nd. Pairings are set for the championship match of the Peach Belt Conference Women's Tennis Tournament. Georgia College rallied to defeat North Georgia 5-4 in the 2nd semifinal match this morning across town at the Dr. Eddie Floyd Florence Tennis Center. Top-seeded and 3rd-ranked Columbus State defeated Flagler 6-0 in the other semifinal. So it'll be Columbus State and Georgia College in the women's championship match tomorrow morning, Sunday at 9 a.m. at the tennis center across town. Men's semifinals are going on right now.
Come on, guys. Never seen you. Come on, guys. You can do it.
Some combination tomorrow of Columbus State, Georgia College, Lander, or Flagler will be in that men's championship match. Two-one count to Patrick Jackson. Stephen Cox to run at first. No outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's in the air to center field. Logan over, makes the catch in right center field. And there's one down. Double deuces, Cole Hennett steps in, right fielder. He's been on base twice today, both as a result of fielder's choices. He's later scored 2 runs. He's still looking to possibly extend his hitting streak from 7 to 8 games. And he does with a line drive over the shortstop's head. Cox makes the turn, stays upright this time and makes it into 3rd base. And the Patriots on the corners. So Hennett's hitting streak moves to 8 games. And that brings up the center fielder, Gage Taylor. Taylor 1 for 2, a single, an RBI, a run scored. Hinnett, the Patriot at first base, has not attempted a stolen base in 2018. And that's lifted in the air. Back out of play. Souvenir for some of the kids from the Boys and Girls Club here in Florence. Good block by Long behind the plate. Keeps everybody where they are, and count now 2-2. Count now goes full. Gage Taylor with runners on the corners. One out. See if head coach Art Nabinet puts Hinnett in motion from first base. He is going. Grounded to shortstop, so they stay out of the double play. But Taylor's ground out will plate an 8th Patriot run, and Francis Marion now leads 8-0. The Patriots stay out of the double play, pick up another run. As we do see head coach, or former head coach Gerald Griffin making an appearance today. So there's 2 outs. Hinnett now the runner at second base. Patriots on top 8-0. C.J. Mackinson steps in. Mackinson with a pair of RBI singles to his credit this afternoon. Mackinson has now driven in 7 runs in the last 2 games. Patrick gets the sign. 1-1 pitch. Off speed. Over for a called strike. Mackinson lines that to left field. That's going to get down for another hit. Let's see if Hinnett can beat the throw. He does. And Mackinson has his 3rd RBI single of the day. Going to have to credit the left fielder with the throwing error, as he'll throw got away from the cutoff man, and Mackinson was able to go from first to second. And Mackinson now 3 for 3, all 3 RBI singles. William Robbins, the catcher, up next. Robbins 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a run scored. He took a Ruthian cut at that one. Nine-0 Francis Marion here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Second baseman forces Mackinson back on the pickoff attempt. Mackinson now 32 runs batted in this season for Francis Marion, second best on the squad, behind Gage Taylor's 35. Nobody down in the Hurricanes bullpen, as sometimes is the case in the first game of one of these Peach Belt Conference series. If one team gets a large lead, you don't want to burn up all of your bullpen in a blowout contest. When you still got 2 games to play, in the case of today, 1 more this afternoon and the 3rd game tomorrow. Two-two count to William Robbins.
Boom that third, 32. 32, I'm counting on you.
C.J. Mackinson, the Patriot runner at second. Will Robbins at the plate. Skied in the air. Back up the middle. Second baseman Beta out. Right fielder Martin in. Martin calls him off, makes the catch. Patriots are done here in the bottom of the 4th. But Francis Marion plates a couple more. Patriots lead the Hurricanes 9-0 after 4 full innings. You're watching the Patriot Sports Network. Back to sun-splashed Cornell Field at Sparrow Stadium. Francis Marion University in Florence, South Carolina. Maybe even more particularly the Mars Bluff area of Florence County. We're at the top of the order for the Hurricanes. Jason Beta, second baseman, center fielder Josh Logan, and first baseman Jared Jones due up. Beta 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly ball. Swings and fouls off the first pitch. Despite the high pitch count, sophomore righty Sam High looking to finish his 5th inning and possibly get credit for the win. Hits that down the left field line. Long runs for Cox. Makes a nice catch over the shoulder. Just in fair territory. Nice play by Stephen Cox down in the left field corner.
Next up is center fielder number 15, Josh Logan.
Josh Logan stands in next for the Hurricanes. Swings at the first pitch. Lifts it down the left field line again. Shortstop Mackinson over in foul territory. Calls off the third baseman and makes the catch. Quickly 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Jared Jones takes ball 1. Jones 1 for 2. Single and a strikeout. Sam High looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the afternoon. And he will get it. Hurricanes go down in order. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Patriots lead the Hurricanes 9-0. You're watching the Patriot Sports Network. Trey Chapman, the first baseman, leads off the Patriots' 5th inning. Chapman, RBI ground out and a strikeout in his 2 plate appearances. Lefty Andrew Patrick starts his 3rd inning of work for the Hurricanes. And the fire alarm has gone off here at Cornell Field at Sparrow Stadium. We'll have to find out the reasoning behind the alarm. There may be a slight delay. Let's see if we're going to play through it, I think. Count now 2-1 to Trey Chapman. Hit set in the air behind home plate. Dale Dakota Long back to the screen, runs out of room. Ball's up in the crowd. A souvenir for someone. Chapman hits that a mile down the right field line, but foul. Count now 2-2. Chapman again grounds that one foul. So 2-2 count to Trey Chapman here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Fouls that one off toward the FMU softball stadium. The 2-2 from Patrick. Again fouled off. This will now be the 9th pitch of this at-bat. Reliever Andrew Patrick now up to 57 pitches, 33 of which have found the strike zone or been put into play. Chapman checks his swing barely. Base umpire Kelly Culp agrees. Count now full. No outs here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Francis Marion leading Georgia Southwestern 9-0. Fisted off to the side and a nice diving catch by the Hurricanes' third baseman, Bradley Huff. The warning track over by the fence. So Chapman is retired with the first out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Alex Griffith lines it to the left side and into left field for a base hit. Griffith now 2 for 3 in the afternoon. And T. Dubose, the designated hitter, stands in. Dubose 0 for 2. He has swung at the first pitch both times, grounded to short, and flied out to right field. Griffith now the runner at first. Dubose takes first pitch this time for a called strike. Patriots now reach double figures in hits. Griffith caught leaning, nearly picked off by Patrick. And that's going to bring a visit from one of the Hurricane coaches to talk with base umpire Kelly Culp. I don't know if he thought that possibly Griffith was out that time. conversation over, and Dubose will step back in, count 0-1, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Oh, 2 to Dubose. Fouled off. Dubose staying alive with another foul over near the FMU field house. Griffith, the runner at first, Dubose at the plate. Congratulations to Francis Marion women's tennis player Marie Kruger for earning all conference honors at the Tennis Awards banquet on Thursday night. It's the 3rd year in a row that Kruger has garnered all conference accolades. Bose takes low for ball 1. Also congratulations to Kruger and seniors Sophia Henning and Hannah Wintrich for being named to the Peach Belt Conference All-Academic team on the women's side, and sophomore Mauricio Guerrero for earning PBC All-Academic team honors on the men's tennis side. Dubose grounds to second. Beta to Skelton to Jones. Double play. Runner erased. Patriots do not score in the bottom of the 5th inning. We head to the top of the 6th. Francis Marion leads Georgia Southwestern 9-0. You're watching the Patriots Sports Network. Batters 4, 5, 6 due up for the Hurricanes in the top of the 6th inning. That'll be the DH, Andy Moore, followed by the right fielder, Jonathan Martin, and the left fielder, Cole Clark. Moore 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout. Sam High back out on the mound for the Patriots for 6th inning. Moore lifts it down the left field line, cocks over, makes another catch.
One down here in the top of the sixth. High recovered from a somewhat shaky start, although he didn't allow any runs. He's now up. This will be his 90th pitch of the afternoon. And it's hitting the air to left center. A little bit easier for Cox this time. Looks like he maybe momentarily lost it in the sun, but recovers and makes the catch. So 2 pitches and 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. That'll bring up the left fielder, Cole Clark. Clark, 0 for 1. Hit by a pitch in the second and popped up to shortstop in the 4th. He's obliged to take the first pitch there, as the first 2 outs were recorded on first pitches. Francis Marion 9 runs on 10 hits with no errors. The Hurricanes no runs on 3 hits with 3 errors. Hurricanes had opportunities in the first couple innings. They've stranded 6 base runners. I think 5 of those were in the first 3 innings. Two-two pitch. Called strike 3, and the Hurricanes go 1-2-3 as Sam High has found his niche here in the last couple frames. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Francis Marion leads Georgia Southwestern 9-0. You're watching the Patriots Sports Network. Bottom of the 6th inning here in Florence. Your Patriots lead the Hurricanes 9-0. Stephen Cox, the left fielder, due up first. Cox 1 for 1. Single, hit by pitch, run scored. Hits that one in the air in the infield, right at the pitcher's mound. Second baseman Beta calls off the pitcher Patrick and makes the catch. Patrick Jackson steps in. Jackson 1 for 2. Walk and a run scored, single and a run scored, and a fly out. His average now up over 300 to 302. Bloops that one into shallow right field. And Jackson's got his second hit of the afternoon and the Patriots' 11th safety of the day. Junior Cole Hennett stands in. Hennett 6'1", 180 pounds, out of Clayton, North Carolina, and Clayton High School. extended his hitting streak to 8 games with a single, an RBI single at that. Excuse me, just a single in his last at-bat. He has scored 3 times today. First 2 times he reached on fielder's choices, but it came around to score runs. So Andrew Patrick has done what Georgia Southwestern head coach Brian McClain wanted him to do. He's eaten some innings up here. Saved further taxing of the Hurricane bullpen. Art Nabinet with a nice grab down the third base line in foul territory. I believe Nabinet was a third baseman during his collegiate years at Winthrop University. Jackson not much of a lead at first base. I would doubt he would be running with the Patriots holding a 9-0 advantage. 1-1 count to Hennett at the plate. Backhand stop by Dakota Long. Count goes to 3-1. Again, we've got another game coming up. Game 2 this afternoon. Approximately 25-30 minutes after the conclusion of this contest. Still time for you to get out to the ballpark, catch some Patriot baseball action. As Hennett draws a walk. Runners now on first and second with 1 down.
Next up, we go to center fielder number 10, Gage Taylor.
Gage Taylor stands in, the center fielder. 1 for 3, a run scored, and an RBI. Obviously the longest outing of the year for Patrick. He came in having made 8 appearances and thrown 10 2/3 innings. He's already registered 4 complete innings today. Count now 1-1 to Taylor. Runners on first and second for the Patriots here in the bottom of the 6th. There has been some action down in the Hurricanes bullpen. That one's hit pretty well to right field. Martin going back at the track, makes the catch in the middle of the track. Jackson does advance over to third base. Taylor gave it a ride, but came up about 5 feet short of the wall.
Now batting the shortstop, number 16, C.J. Atkinson.
That may be it for Taylor, or excuse me, for Andrew Patrick, as there'll be another visit on the mound. And that will be it for Patrick. But he, again, has done what the Hurricanes needed him to do, and that was eat some innings up in the game where they already faced a large deficit. We'll be back in 30 seconds to tell you about the new Georgia Southwestern pitcher. You're watching the Patriot Sports Network.
Entering the pitch, number 16, A.J. Hayes.
A somewhat familiar face on the mound for the Hurricanes now. A.J. Hayes, sophomore right-hander out of Canton, Georgia, and Woodstock High School. Hayes is the son of former Francis Marion men's basketball player Tony Hayes. Tony was a 6'5" post player that played for the Patriots back in the late 1980s. So AJ will toe the mound now for the Hurricanes, making his 9th appearance of the year, an 0-3 record, 9.26 ERA. He's thrown 11 2/3 innings, allowed 21 hits with 8 strikeouts and 7 walks. And he will face shortstop C.J. Mackinson with Patriots on the corners and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Mackinson a perfect 3 for 3 with 3 RBI singles and a run scored. Fouled straight back to the screen, and Hayes ahead in the count now, 0-2. Count now 1-2 to Mackinson. Off-speed pitch hit in the air to center field. Clark in, and it's going to drop. So Mackinson has his 4th consecutive RBI single, and the Patriots now lead 10-0. Hinnett on the play goes all the way around to third. Kind of a tough luck break for Hayes that time, as it looked like he'd popped him up. The shortstop, Skelton, did not go back on the ball and ended up landing only about 10 feet back of the infield dirt. Left fielder Clark and center fielder Logan could neither one of them get to it. And it looked like a line drive in the box score tomorrow. William Robbins next up for the Patriots. Robbins 1 for 3. An RBI and a run scored. Hinnett the runner on third. Mackinson the runner on first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We're playing 9, followed by the second game of the doubleheader. Called strike one. Count now 3-1. Count now full to Robbins. And Mackinson will get a little bit of a head start from first base, especially with the first baseman playing behind him. Swung on and missed for strike three. Patriots do pick up another run. We played 6 full innings. Francis Marion leads Georgia Southwestern 10-0. You're watching the Patriots Sports Network. Sam High back to the mound for the 7th inning. High has thrown 95 pitches today. He's allowed only 3 hits, no runs, 6 strikeouts and 2 walks, and he has hit a batter. Certainly in line for the win today. The Patriots lead 7-0. Bad news on the softball front is Columbus State defeated Francis Marion 10-4 in the first game of their doubleheader down in Columbus, Georgia. Patriots had led that one 3-1 in the early going, but 6 runs in the 5th inning erased that Patriot advantage. They'll play game 2 of the doubleheader in about 30 minutes. Due up for the Hurricanes, catcher Dakota Long, shortstop Tyler Skelton, and third baseman Bradley Huff. Long 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. His average now at 228. In the air to center field, Taylor going back just shy of the track, turns and makes the catch for the first out.
Next to the shortstop, number 1, Tyler Skelton.
Skelton, the shortstop, stands in. 0 for 2 with a ground out and fly out. And there's a base hit. He lines that one into center field. Bradley Huff, the next up, the third baseman for the Hurricanes, 0 for 2. Lines that one past third baseman into left field for a single. Runner will advance all the way to third on the air by the left fielder as Cox could not come up cleanly with it. So base hit and E7 on the play, puts runners on the corners.
Next to the second baseman, number 13, Jason Beta.
Skelton had stopped at second base, but when Cox couldn't come up with it cleanly, he moved all the way over to third. So leadoff man Jason Beta now bats with Hurricanes on the corners. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Beta 0 for 3. Ground out and a pair of flyouts. Hits that one in the air to center. Taylor's not going to get to it. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And Beta is in to third with a 2-run triple. So the Hurricanes are on the board, courtesy of the 2-run triple to center by Jason Beta here in the top of the 7th. Center fielder Josh Logan bats next. Logan 1 for 2. He grounds to Mackinson at short. Throw to first. And he's retired, but another run does score. So credit Logan with the RBI ground out. And the